Hello and welcome to the Big Bang Theory podcast. My name's John. I'm here with my friend and colleague Dan.
Hello.
Hello. We're back from Bristol, Dan.
Yes.
We had a day out for once.
Shock horror. Podcasters, smug podcasters actually go to a away game.
I know, it was a shock and a horror. Mainly because that end of Bristol's a bit weird, isn't it?
Just didn't really see much, just some houses really.
Yeah. And a absolutely cobbled together piece of football stadia.
Yeah, an odd ground. What's it called?
The Memorial Ground.
Right, okay. A memorial for what? Anything.
In memory of better football grounds.
Okay, right. Yeah, it's sort of like... Well, you just found out that it was bought off a rugby ground.
Yeah,
club,
bought
right?
off the rugby club, apparently.
Okay.
And it looked like that.
It is,
And it felt like that.
Yeah.
Felt a bit dirty being there.
Yeah, there's sort of a bit of a marquee, a bit like that's a normal stand, another bit that looks like a race course, weird tiny little stretch of terrace along the kind of end corner for most of the away fans to go in, which is where we were.
Yeah. I felt like at any moment a pyramid of men on motorcycles might come out and like do a trick or two, and then like some people would get some dogs running through a hoop or that.
Yeah. Do you know what? I think it's a shame that we don't get sort of weird, kind of crappy local kind of like entertainment bits on football matches anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like you used to get the cheerleaders at Exeter City.
They had some cheerleaders at Bristol Rovers, didn't they? But they didn't do any cheering.
Right. Well, what are they then? That's just some
people
in short skirts.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could do that too. If that's what you're doing, just do something.
Yeah.
So
what you'd like to see, like Evel Knievel ping over the top of the
who wouldn't?
Stansfield stand. Who wouldn't want to see that?
I mean, not him. He's dead. So
is he?
Evel Knievel.
I suppose he must be.
I think he's long dead. Yeah.
Did he go out in a fiery?
No, I don't know. Maybe we should have. We haven't done our research.
I mean, in fairness, we didn't know we were going to be talking about Evel Knievel.
Why didn't we come up with any Evel Knievel stuff? I mean, could we have? I mean, I don't know how we'd managed to draw any kind of connection to it, but I'd like to see somebody with some sort of Evel Knievel style inspired, like away shirt. Maybe a third shirt, with the white and the blue stars on it or something.
Tassels.
Where's he from?
America?
Wigan or something? No, America, right, okay.
He's American, Evel Knievel,
Yeah, American, yeah. It could even have the little flap on the back, like a little cape.
There was that guy, wasn't there, who was like England's Evel Knievel, whose name I've completely forgotten. And he was from Bolton or Wigan or something like that.
Yeah, there was, yeah.
I forgot his name.
I mean, I don't want to go over old ground, and we have talked about Scott May's Daredevil show in the past, but is he not sort of like...
He's Devon's answer.
Yeah. It's not quite as impressive doing it in a big, huge truck, is it, than doing it on a motorbike. Like, that is better.
Yeah.
Anyway...
Get up Cleethorpes banger racing, I suppose, was the moral of this story.
Is that still going?
I think so.
Thank the Lord.
It's that thing that people can do where they get a bit of sellotape, put it on a poster. It's a real art. Get it through a letterbox of a closed shop and manage to stick it on the bit of glass.
Yeah.
Hats off to those people.
Some sort of device, I imagine they've...
No, I don't think it is. I think it's just...
Thin arms.
Magic fingers.
Right. Long, thin fingers.
Long, I can't even say that. Yeah, anyway.
One thing about... the main standout about... don't worry, this is back on topic. About the memorial ground.
Yeah.
Is for some reason, like, stuck on the end above the main away stand behind the... home stand behind the goal.
Yeah.
It was just a sort of regular sort of kitchen clock. Like, literally about,
Yeah, a foot
10
across.
inches sort of like diameter.
And it wasn't working, it was broken.
It wasn't even working. And
it was in the middle of the Thatcher's apple, wasn't it?
Right in the middle. Yeah, and then there was a Thatcher's apple around it, as if like... I don't know. I mean, why? That's just... You can't see that, can you? No one can see that.
Do you think it's like all the clocks in everyone's office where they're like, oh, we should change that. We should change the battery, but it means getting the ladder.
Well, it's palaver getting up there. I mean, I'm sure that, Yeah.
Anyway. Bristol Rovers won, Exeter City won.
Yes.
2 form teams.
Everyone and their dog before the game was saying they'd take a point.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
Yeah. You know what those kind of dogs are called? Pointers.
Hey.
Thank you.
Yeah, so but I mean, under the circumstances, and even not under the circumstances, I think that's not bad, is it? Bristol Rovers in decent bit of form.
Yep.
Um,
To go behind as well.
and we went behind, yeah. So that was what, I don't know whether that was about 20 minutes in.
Yeah,
was it?
yeah, that's right.
Something like that. Windy day.
It was a windy day.
More than windy, it was very bright and sunny, and you couldn't see a thing for the entire game.
No, indeed.
Shining right in your eyes. I had a headache after that match.
Yeah, it was unsatisfactory.
I'll tell you what else is unsatisfactory.
Yeah, please.
When you buy a cup of tea from the very conveniently placed refreshment stand
Yeah,
right behind you,
yeah.
and then about 5 minutes in,
To the tea.
you realise they've just given you a cup of hot water and milk with no tea bag.
You wouldn't get that at City.
That's not satisfactory.
You wouldn't get that at City.
Do you know how that would happen? I mean, to be fair, they didn't know how it happened either, and they were finding it amusing and gave me another cup of tea.
Well, I should hope so.
But yeah, anyway, so we went behind. It was a corner.
Yeah.
They were kind of like
They had an impetus at
they
the
had
start,
the
didn't
best
they?
of the first sort of opening exchanges. Really windy. The ball kept getting like,
Dawson couldn't kick it, could he, from that end at all?
no, it's tough.
Yeah,
you
it
know.
was.
And they got a corner down that end. I think they had a few before this one actually.
Yeah,
kind of
they did,
worked
yeah.
out, and went into the near post. I mean, Dawson would be disappointed to get beaten there, but I think also it'd be just like whoever's supposed to be marking that guy who just lost him. I'm not sure if it's Caprice, Nombe, whoever.
Yeah.
Not really the point. Someone should have been on him, and you shouldn't be allowing someone to steal in there at the near post, but we did. So.
Yeah. There was a lot of pressure on there before that. But then actually, not long after the first goal went in, City were back on top, really.
Yeah, we started then. Yeah, then we started to play, didn't we? And we managed to sort of get the ball down a bit, and we were running at their back line. You know,
It was almost the perfect lineup, wasn't it? Stubbs at the back in.
You'd say it's probably like close to, if not, definitely some people's opinion, the strongest lineup. Maybe. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, good. And then it did start to work. Do you mean we could get hold of the ball a bit better? Balls through to Nombe to run onto. Matt J getting on the ball a bit. Jake Caprice getting on their key, running down that line. And then, like, thankfully, we managed to make that bit of pressure pay off, didn't we?
Giovanni Brown was very calm, wasn't he, to get the goal?
He was, yeah. It dropped sort of to him, and he sort of got too long with it, and it sort of, and then, but pulls back onto his right foot, and then just kind of whacks it in, roof of the net.
Beauty.
Yeah.
So that was 1-1. Not, half an hour in, wasn't it? And
Yeah.
in the second half, we really noticed how the wind made a difference, or rather how it had debilitated
I think
Dawson.
wasn't it still in the first half when we lost Czech Diabate?
I
I believe it was, because I remember it being right in front of us. So it must have been.
I don't know.
Anyway, at some point, I think that was when he went off. It looked apparently it's like a ribs issue.
It
Or
wasn't.
some sort of side.
It was definitely second half because Ryan Loft was on his back attacking the goal that we were by. That's how it happened.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm getting confused. It was that way around, wasn't
Yeah,
it? Yeah.
yeah.
So, yeah.
But yeah,
So half time,
so
1-1
it's his
off.
side.
Well, they don't know. They've got. I think he'll be having his X-rays today, and they don't know if it's sort of his side, or obliques, as Matt Taylor pointed out, the correct anatomical name.
Forgive
for
me
the
for
side.
being ignorant, pig ignorant.
Mm-hmm.
What are your obliques?
So the kind of like on a muscly fella,
Yeah.
the little like striped bit here is that look like little fingers
Okay.
diagonally down on your sort of side.
Yeah. Okay.
Sort of to the side of your kind of abs.
Yeah.
Those are your obliques there, I believe.
I mean,
Correct me if I'm
I've
wrong,
certainly never
fitness
seen
freaks.
mine. Yeah, certainly never seen mine.
So it could be that, could be
As in, like
ribs.
he pulled them, or he got elbowed in them, or
got hit in him, or I don't know,
okay.
pulled one, or he's cracked a rib.
Oh,
Either way, he's hurt his side.
okay.
So
And
we
he
don't.
hurt his own side by having to go off.
Well,
not his fault.
in a way, he did.
Yeah.
So he's replaced by Jonathan Grounds.
Love
who-
old grounds.
Yeah, so do I. I'm trying to think back. Did we kind of really? Were we making fun of him before?
Oh yeah. I
mean,
think it was
only because
him.
we signed. Only because of like every time we sign someone who's like wrong side of 30, that's just kind of that's a bit of our shtick, isn't it? Like.
Yeah.
But he's quite clearly a very good player.
Yeah.
He's very calm. Diabate's calm too.
I mean, he makes a good argument for increasing the pension age, doesn't he, Jonathan Grounds?
Yeah.
No, he's excellent. He's an excellent backup player.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want him. I don't think he would manage 90 minutes week in, week out.
No.
But as someone who can come on,
Yeah.
either when needed or to change the game,
He's good for a sensible yellow as well.
is, which he got, didn't
Yeah.
he? No, brilliant.
Yeah. And really, I mean, the story of the second half, I mean, there's a few twists and turns in it, but I mean, the main thing is, well, yeah, our old mate Ryan Loft comes on, which I remember thinking, I mean, he's one of those players, isn't he, where like he must have just the best agent going. Well, not, he keeps getting in moves, and they almost seem to be kind of upward moves a lot of the time.
To significant clubs.
And I don't know what it is that he's supposed to be good at.
No.
He's just kind of, I mean, he's tall.
Not fast.
He's not fast.
Doesn't seem to be very strong.
Well, no, because, I mean, yeah, Sam Stubbs, who had an excellent game again.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, you gave him nothing. No quarter.
Good.
He didn't get a sniff out of him. And I don't know why. Where to next? I mean, it's going to be like, Barcelona going to sign him or something.
I mean, they've signed some weirder ones. Yeah, I mean, it's very strange.
Yeah.
And with him on, it didn't look like they were ever going to score second half, did it?
No. It's a weird. I don't know why he came on, or I don't know if it was because of our strong centre backs, and they thought, oh, he'll have a better chance against them. We didn't.
No.
Worse chance, if anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Did they have much of a? I think they had a couple of. They had that 1-on-1, didn't they? With Cam Dawson
made a good
closed down
save.
well.
Yeah.
Other than that, I remember a few shots sort of being straight at him. Mostly in the first half again, actually, and yeah, an even game, really. Do you mean on the whole? I think.
We definitely had the better of the second half, though.
I think so. Yeah.
And
yeah.
as time ticked on, we looked like we might try and win it.
Yeah, we definitely had more chances. Yeah. So Giovanni Brown nearly with
Another
deployed his signature move, the kind of cut inside curler to the far post.
pinged right off the corner, didn't it?
Yeah, close one.
And then on about 9, because there was 7 minutes of added time, right, or something like that.
Yeah, because of the injury to Diabate and a couple
Well,
of
Brown
bits.
went off injured as well, didn't he?
Brown, yeah, that looks like maybe a hamstring. So it's looking like that we're. I mean, he was all right enough to do the kind of post-match interview.
Yeah.
So it's looking like maybe we'll be without him for a week, him and Diabate, at least for the next game, and then we'll see. But
Okay.
But yeah, 93rd minute or whatever it was, 94th.
Lands to Matt J.
It comes to Matt J, who
in a different era.
he probably could have shot.
Yeah.
If you ask me though, the sensible thing to do, in form or not, is absolutely to lay it to Josh Coley, who is completely unmarked and has a whole goal in front of him.
Yep.
And he misses.
He misses.
He just misses the target. I mean, he's a young player. He hasn't played much.
He's full of beans, isn't he? I really like him, the effect he has when he comes on.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's been like that since he started. He's always looked energetic. Now, in recent weeks, he kind of looks like he can actually turn that energy into kind of affecting the match a bit. And he did affect the match, but I mean, he could have affected it a lot better.
Yeah.
By just literally that one shot. But yeah, he looked really good.
Tried to curl it round, didn't he?
Yeah. And now if Brown's out, maybe that's an opportunity for him. I'm not sure how it would fit, but it might be a place that Josh Coley gets a start.
Yeah. I mean, all in all, points, like you said, points very respectable.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bristol Rovers in form, us in form, away from home. Big crowd, sold out apparently.
Yeah.
Basically 10,000 people. Quite intimidating, especially for like Dawson, I mean...
They all want to go see the high-flying Grecians, didn't they?
They did.
All those Bristol people.
But, to hold on to that and actually not be intimidated and stay in it and pick up that point, I think is very good.
Yeah. Yeah,
very
definitely.
Good. So that was Saturday.
Nice day out, wasn't it?
It was a nice day out.
Yeah.
Hope you all enjoyed it, those of you who were there. Those of you who had to sit in the county show marquee, hope that was all right.
Yeah.
Those of you who had to stand in the weird bit by the bogs, down by the marquee, don't know what that was.
I wonder if you'd got less sun in your eyes if you were down behind the goal.
You couldn't have had any more sun. I can still see it now.
Yeah, I had sunglasses on as well. Didn't do anything.
No, the
Had to
goggles literally did nothing.
Had to do the old hand peek,
Yeah.
which we're very used to. I mean, because of the position of the sun at the time of day when Exeter City play at home and you're stood on the big bank, but it was a bit much.
Anyway, 1-1, Bristol Rovers Exeter City. More about that and what's up next in a minute. Welcome back to the Big Bang Theory podcast, where we're talking promotion or promotion hopes. The league has changed somewhat in the past couple of weeks. Obviously, City, we haven't talked about this, Dan. City had their last Saturday home game called off against Barrow because of Storm
Enid, whoever it was.
Storm Eunice
or Franklin or whoever else
it was.
Why are these people? Are these people starting the Storms? Is that why they're?
Yeah.
And how are they doing that?
You know
And
what they
shouldn't
say
be held
about
to account?
a butterfly's wings turn into a hurricane?
Yeah.
They're just doing a loud clap.
Right.
Just one loud clap.
I mean, stop people clapping if that's the case.
Yeah, please.
Come on, Eunice. Eunice Hutt-Hart, presumably, former winner of the Gladiators and stunt woman.
Presumably her.
If anyone remembers Eunice Hutt-Hart, and maybe if you know her and you can maybe get her to listen to this, please do.
She was a Brummie, wasn't she?
I think she was a Liverpudlian, was she not?
Yeah, she was, yeah. Same era as, of course, as Wesley Two Scoops, the man who could jump over a car. Remember him?
No. Is he on Gladiators as well?
He's on Gladiators as well.
Right.
If your name is Wesley Two Scoops, I mean, that's a man who could start a storm. He could jump over a car.
I mean, it's obvious, isn't it, that people who are going to go on Gladiators already work in some kind of like, that.
Yeah.
Operate in that kind of world, like they're maybe good at judo,
Yeah,
or jumping over cars,
yeah,
or stunts,
yeah.
and then you go like, oh, get myself on the Gladiators.
But didn't Eunice Hutt-Hart become a stunt woman because of her success on Gladiators?
I'm not sure. Maybe. She was definitely in one of the James Bond films.
Yeah, I think post Gladiators.
Yeah. After that, off the back of the Gladiators' victory,
they asked her to be in the film Gladiator, but she didn't want to be typecast. So
no, fair enough. Did you know? Apparently, they used to, if someone was really behind. In the Eliminator.
In Gladiators.
Sorry if you've never seen Gladiators. This is going to mean nothing to you.
By the way, you can Google it. It was a 90s...
It's really good.
Obstacle course, basically. Karen.
If someone was really far ahead in the Eliminator, they would speed up the Travelator to give them more chance of tripping up and the other person catching up, so you get a bit of a more exciting finish.
You know at IKEA in Exeter, there's basically a reverse Travelator. Seen this?
No.
So it's an escalator that's just a slope that goes down.
Oh, right, yeah.
You put your trolley in it and then you go down when you're leaving the shop. I was there with my trolley with nothing in. I didn't even need a trolley. It had 2 glasses in. And halfway down the escalator slope, the glasses fell over, broke. As I got to the bottom of the escalator slope, all the glass fell through the trolley, went into the escalator, ground the whole thing to a halt. I had to walk off because I got to the bottom. Everyone else is stuck up there, literally on this slope. I'd say to a security guard, I'm really sorry, I've broken the escalator. And he was like, what? And I was like, cheers, bye. And then kind of did an apologetic wave to everyone who was stuck there.
No, so you just fled the scene.
Well, what could I do? I'm not an escalator technician.
I mean, you should... Why couldn't you just carry the glasses?
I should have carried the glasses.
Get rid of the trolley.
In retrospect, that's what I should have done.
They're going to be watching that back on the CCTV and think this guy's an idiot.
And I think they'd be justified in that proclamation. I cost them thousands in business.
And pounds.
And, dear me. Okay, well, anyway, here's the league table. Not of idiots, but of football clubs. Because we know it'd be top of the idiot table. Forest Green are top, but they've hit a slump. They lost again at the weekend.
Yeah, 2 in a row.
They played 32. They're on 66 points. Their goal difference is an insane plus 35 still, but don't worry about that. So they played 32 on 66. Northampton in second, played 33 on 56. Tranmere in third, played 34 on 56. Exeter City in fourth. We've got 54 points. That's 2 off Tranmere and Northampton. But we played 3 games less than Tranmere and 2 games less than Northampton. Then behind us, it's Sutton. They played 33. They're on the same points as us, 54. Then it's Mansfield, played 31 on 53. Then Swindon played 33, 52. Newport played 33, 52. Port Vale played 31, 49. So we're in a very good position. If
Yeah.
we turn those games in hand into something.
Yeah, which is by no means.
No means
Well, this is where
guaranteed.
things change again, in it possibly. Do you know what I mean, like you said, it's starting to shift a bit. That not too much, but a bit. If we win those games in hand, we change the kind of landscape of the promotion places. If we don't,
Yeah.
again, it will change because, like you said, us and Mansfield kind of in a very similar position, and we're playing them next.
So our goal difference is equal second best with Swindon. Obviously, Forest Green are miles ahead on goal difference. That's worth a point to them. But they really are slipping off. If we win our game in hand, I realise this isn't the order of things, but if we win on Friday night, because that's how the thing's playing out this weekend, we go second and we're 9 points behind Forest Green.
We also deal a little blow to Mansfield.
Yes,
So
a big blow.
So it's like, what do they call that? A 6-pointer, would they? Promotion 6-pointer.
You definitely call that a promotion 6-pointer. Because us and them are on the least games in the top 8.
Yeah.
And they're 1 point behind us. It's massive.
It's massive.
It's massive.
It's massive. And it's on a Friday.
Yeah, annoying.
It's Friday night.
Friday night football.
Friday night fever.
We don't know. Let's hope no one gets Friday night fever and has to not play the game.
Hope not.
Nombe's the kind of guy susceptible to a Friday night fever, I'd imagine.
Maybe.
Just so excited by life. He's the kind of guy that goes up to the DJ booth before it's even started and starts clapping.
Yeah, maybe. Requesting songs.
It's 9:05.
Thinking
The club's
he can
just
do the DJ's
opened.
job better
And
than
he
him.
comes in and asks for Mr. Brightside.
Yeah.
That's him. He comes in and asks for Firestarter by the Prodigy.
Yeah.
And the lights are still on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Obviously going to play that.
It's later on, Sam.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mansfield away. That's what we're talking about. First, Nigel Clough's Mansfield. Now, obviously, he's turned them around massively.
Yep. What was the score against them? What was the reverse result?
Dan, that's the kind of question we should have asked ourselves.
I'd really started looking this sort of stuff up as well.
Well,
don't worry.
We've got a very good record with them at their place, the One Call Stadium, as it's currently known.
Oh, yeah.
If there's one call I'd like to make, it's an Exeter City victory. If you could call one person, living or dead, Dan.
Right. Got to call them, have I?
You got to call, yeah, that's literally the name of the stadium. If it was One Visit Stadium, I'd ask you that.
I can't text them, I mean. Don't really like calling people.
You could text Martin Luther King and say, "Can you call me back, MLK?"
Yeah.
Who's it going to be? One call, living or dead?
I don't know. I'm trying to Google something.
I know. Sorry, I'm not asking.
Pertinent.
Let me tell you.
We beat them 2-1.
Of course we did. Yeah, we've got a good record up there.
Dieng and Matt J. I don't remember this.
Dieng and Matt J. I can't remember the last time Matt J scored. So
that was right in the middle of our good run.
Mm.
They went 1-0 up, and then when we came back, 1-2-1.
I mean, I'm really annoyed about the Friday night thing. Not that I was going on the Saturday even, but we travel so well away, particularly when there's something on the line.
Yeah.
You know, you can think of loads of examples. And I get that we'll have an extra day for the Swindon match, so I get that it benefits us as well, but that's just the way football works, Saturday, Tuesday sometimes.
Yeah, it does seem weird. I mean, we've got that all season pretty much, Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, all of last season. Should be used to it by now.
I also think it's weird on Mansfield's part, which makes me think it's rubbish at their ground. I've never been to either the place or the ground. But,
No.
Because City, you'd never think of negating our home advantage by doing a Friday night, you know.
Yeah, but it's good for them, isn't it? Wouldn't it be good for them? They can still get probably just as many people.
But do you think
close to?
Do you think they can? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what that's about.
Well, I definitely imagine there'd definitely be less Exeter City fans that can go. But then again, I don't know how many tickets we've been given or whatnot.
We've sold 250 so far, apparently.
Okay.
Which obviously, we always travel well away, so whatever. But I just think that's taking advantage, really. They beat Bradford City on Saturday, Mansfield.
Yep.
Which is a different topic, but Mark Hughes is Bradford City currently. They bought Matt Longstaff, the Newcastle brother.
Oh, have they?
Yeah, so
Okay.
he started and scored. I mean, that seems like a
Little
hell
ginger
of a,
fella.
Yeah, that
Right.
seems like a hell of a deal.
Yeah.
But
He scored against Man United, didn't he? Or was that his brother?
I can't remember.
I don't know.
They look the same, right?
Yeah.
And they got Jordan Bowery still, who's been good for them. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'd love to go there and get a result. We normally do get a result. We've got a really good record.
Yeah, I think we kind of have to, really.
Because then it's Swindon on the Tuesday.
Because of the positions of the teams and because of us and them being kind of game in hand each. I mean, a draw again would probably be okay. Do you mean?
I'd love to just see him off, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah.
That's someone we can forget about for a while.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'd love to see that, and also it would kind of like at the same time as us losing at this point. I think we're 8 games unbeaten now, right?
Yeah.
If we lost, I'd worry about our kind of losing our momentum.
Yeah.
Same way, if we beat them, you could perhaps expect the same thing from them. You mean each trying to end the other's run? The obvious answer is a draw, I suppose, really, isn't it? You mean? But I mean,
to come out of Bristol Rovers, Mansfield, and Swindon with 3 draws, that'll be disappointing.
Yeah, you want to get, but to come out of it unbeaten.
To come out of it unbeaten with maybe 5 points.
Yeah, I mean, I'd take
Actually,
5.
You'd take that, wouldn't you?
I'd take 5 points, I think, probably, yeah.
Hard to know.
I fancy us to beat Swindon at home on a Tuesday night.
And to be honest, I fancy us to beat Mansfield away because we do seem to win there a lot.
Yeah, so do I, actually, yeah.
I mean, to come out of those 2 games with 7 points and unbeaten in 10 is quite the thing. I remember when we lost the unbeaten in 20 thing, and a few of those optimistic people, not me, were like, we just need to go on another 20-game unbeaten run. And everyone laughed.
Yeah.
And then you think like, whoa, flipping heck, we're close to getting halfway through that. And then you're close to the end, then you're 10 games away from the end of the season pretty much.
Yep.
Oh, Dolly. Can we watch it on iFollow? That's my main question.
Surely. You can't just spring a Friday night game on people and expect them to go like, no.
And we do iFollow whenever we can. I don't mean us. I mean like the thing
in
itself.
The past, it's kind of like whenever there's been a situation where you think they should have it on iFollow, they usually have.
Yeah.
From my memory.
Well, even Saturdays when there's an international break.
Yeah, exactly.
We're
yeah.
allowed
And
it,
all the
aren't we?
Tuesday aways, you get them.
All the Tuesday aways.
So this is no different to a Tuesday night away game.
No.
It's nothing to do with the 3 o'clock blackout.
And there's no numbers, is there? It's not like Sky where they have to bid on the games.
No. And the fact of the matter is that there's a lot of people, like you said, we weren't going anyway. We've done our time away. We didn't like it.
I didn't like not being able to cycle there. I really didn't.
No, but do you know what I mean? Like there'll be plenty of people who genuinely would want to go who can't.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We talked about the time frame of this on a previous episode. You can't finish work at 5:30, get out and even get out of Exeter, let alone get to Mansfield.
You can't finish work at 3 and get there, to be honest. That'd be really pushing it. So
yeah.
You're taking a half day, aren't you?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Depends where you work.
Well, if you work in Chesterfield, you're fine.
Oh, I thought it meant, in Exeter. What sort of gaff? If you're a postman, maybe you knock off at midday and then you could probably make it.
Yeah.
If you work in a pub, then you're going to miss the whole thing, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, that's that, isn't it? And then it's Swindon Tuesday.
Yeah, so we won't be back until after the Swindon game.
Yeah, so we'll do a Wednesday morning, won't we? So Swindon.
So we've already missed a week. There's no podcast for 2 weeks because they were worried that the big bank roof was going to come off during that storm we talked about. Oh, that's what we were talking about. I was thinking, why haven't we talked about this yet? But we have. We just got distracted by the gladiators. So that was the reason the Barrow game was off, because they were worried that the big bank roof had sort of suffered some sort of damage.
Catastrophic damage.
Or is potentially catastrophic damage. And you can't, I get it, you can't risk it. You can't get up there to check.
Not when it's blowing a hoolie down.
Yeah, and it was fairly windy. I had to go on a train Friday morning.
Oh, yeah.
One of the only ones running.
Yeah.
And, it shook a bit.
I can believe it. Swindon, of course. Lewis Ward's Swindon. He's not been playing for him. He's been on the bench quite a lot.
I think he's very much the kind of like reserve goalie, isn't he?
Is he?
Johnny Maxted keeping him out the side.
Yeah, but some other Maxted. They've got Louis Barry, Swindon, who you might recall was the lad who scored against Liverpool in the...
Yeah, didn't he play? He played against us we only played him the other day, didn't we? He played. He came on.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Of course, we did only play them the other day. A massive 2-1 win. That's almost kick-started all of this.
Yeah.
Hasn't it, really?
So let's see them off again.
Love to see them off again.
That'd be a good one, wouldn't it? Obviously, the last Tuesday night was, took me about a week to get over how brilliant that was.
They'll bring a lot, presumably, Tuesday night down the road.
Yeah, I'd like to see less drama.
You'd just like a solid 2-0, would you?
I'd like a solid 2-0, yeah. An easy... but I know that's quite rare, especially against someone else who's kind of nearby. But, that'd be a good one, wouldn't it? Looking forward to getting back up and on the big bank.
Well, yeah. I think, like you said, 3 points from these 3 games is okay. If there's no defeat. Well, obviously, we've got 1 point now. 5 points from these 3 games.
Good.
Good. Anything more than that, I think, would be great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see how the wind blows, literally and metaphorically.
Yeah. So still positive times, isn't it? Positive.
It's very positive times.
Yeah.
I think
all the players are talking about the good atmosphere and the good feeling around the club. And I think that shows, not just in the kind of interactions with the players, but in the kind of way they played. In the kind of like...
Yeah.
That kind of togetherness that you don't always see.
No.
And you quite often see it in opposition teams. And we've seen it in our own team before in the past where you think that it's just, they're not this really united kind of like side. And
I think I know we'll look back on all this stuff properly when we actually know how the season's gone.
Yeah.
But at the moment, it feels like Matt Taylor has done a very, very good job with his January. Like he did a brilliant job with his August, July transfers. But it feels like January he's done just as good a job, because it feels like a really well balanced squad.
Yeah, I like it. There's different options in there. There's different things. When certain players get injured, we're going to miss them because you can't. But that's the way of being a club this size. You can't have.
That's almost any football club.
Yeah, unless you're Man City, you can't have. Most teams can't have like for like backup players for each player. And I think possibly we'll see Kieran Phillips.
Yep.
Play with Sam Nombe on Tuesday instead of Brown. That might happen. We haven't seen that yet. Maybe that could be a good partnership. I don't know.
Well, Phillips and Zanzala have both looked like actually they were really good, especially given the second attempt, not expecting to need a replacement for Zanzala.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
really positively.
Yeah.
And then also George Ray being moved on. I liked him. But it just means that actually almost everyone there, and of course something else we haven't talked about is Colin Daniels been moved on.
Yeah.
It just feels like everyone knows they've got a chance. Everyone knows they're going to be used.
Yeah, well, the thing, Alex Hartridge, who's one of the stars of the first half of the season.
Yeah.
Now we don't know. I think he's fit, but he's not even getting on the bench.
Yeah.
And he's going to need bringing back into the team slowly. Presumably, he hasn't played for such a long time, and maybe there's just not the opportunity for that at the minute. Especially with Diabate playing so well, Stubbs playing so well, and let's just say there's Sweeney as well playing so well. I think, obviously, kind of the longer he stayed, he's an older guy than he was. 5 minutes ago, but
such is the way of time.
But I just think he's got a more maturity in his play now, and he seems to make less mistakes. I don't want to jinx it than he did before, and it's hard to remember the last time he did anything particularly. He's just been solid, and he's calm, and he's just such an impressive season for him, considering we thought he was gone, and just very impressive, and that he didn't even used to play centre back. He's just made that kind of position his own. I just like he's just having such a good season, and it's so good to see. Do you mean?
Yeah, absolutely, splendid. Well, remember everyone, you can get in touch with us in all the normal ways if you want to. We're on email bigbankpod@gmail.com. We're on Twitter @bigbankpod, and you can message us on Facebook or comment on things on Facebook as well. The Big Bank Theory Podcast. We love to hear from you. Anything you got to say. We'll maybe on Tuesday see the grand opening of Jumbo Vision.
Oh, of course we might do.
We might do. It's up. It's not blown away. And
Jumbo Vision.
Storm Jumbo.
Well, I actually walked right past it on the day of Storm Jumbo.
Yeah.
And it looked solid as a rock, as they say, as the old song goes.
Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe that'll be up. Bristol had one, didn't they?
Absolutely rubbish.
Yeah.
By which I mean...
plenty of dead pixels on there.
And also, use a better font, lads. It was honestly, they typed it up on Word.
Yeah, bad font. I got a lot more faith in the kind of media department at Exeter City, though.
Yeah, I
So
do
I
as
think
well.
at bare minimum we'll have a nice font.
I mean, if their clock's anything to go by, it's no wonder their scoreboard's no good.
Yep. Yeah,
Maybe
quite
that's why.
right.
Maybe they thought, maybe a bit like the scoreboard at City. They thought the new one's coming, so I'm not going to turn it back on. Same with the clock. I could climb up there and put a battery in, but we've got Jumbotron.
Yeah.
Anyway, I wonder. That's almost my most exciting thing. What's this thing going to be like?
I would lower your
Yeah, all right.
expectations.
I don't know why I'm so excited. Honestly, it's because I've got in my head it's going to tell me where the shortest pasty queue is, and I don't think that's going to happen, is it?
No, I don't think it is. Live updates on queues and stuff like that.
Do you remember when, at the start of the pandemic, there was that app which would tell you which supermarkets had the queues? Did you ever get that?
No, I didn't.
That was
no.
quite useful.
Yeah.
Obviously now obsolete.
Yeah.
Very good. Hey, thanks for listening. We haven't even mentioned Joey Barton, but what's there to say except he looks like he's had a car crash into a tracksuit shop.
Yep.
We will see you in a week's time, just after a week's time, after the Swindon match.
Yes.
Thanks, everyone. My name's John. Been here with my friend and colleague Dan.
Cheers.
See you soon.